In the heart of Saxony, Germany, stands Stolpen Castle, a fortress with a history as dramatic as its medieval architecture. Among its many tales, one tragic story stands out, that of Countess Constantia von Brockdorff, better known as Countess Cosel. Once a powerful mistress of Augustus the Strong, Elector of Saxony and King of Poland, her life took a cruel turn when she was imprisoned in Stolpen Castle for nearly 50 years. This is the story of her rise, fall, and long years of captivity. Anna Constantia von Brockdorff was born in 1680 into a noble but not particularly powerful family. Her intelligence, charm, and beauty allowed her to rise in the ranks of Saxon society, eventually capturing the attention of Augustus the Strong. By 1704, she became his official mistress, a role that granted her significant influence over the court. Unlike other mistresses, she was not content with a mere romantic affair, she demanded power and a formal commitment. Cosel was ambitious and politically astute. She involved herself in state affairs, offering advice to Augustus and even negotiating with foreign diplomats. Some sources claim that Augustus promised her marriage, but such a commitment would have been politically impossible. Her strong-willed nature, once admired, eventually became a liability. She gained many enemies at court, who saw her as an obstacle to their own ambitions. As Augustus grew tired of her demands and influence, he sought to rid himself of her. In 1713, she was expelled from court under the pretense of financial irregularities and sent away from Dresden. Despite her protests and attempts to regain favor, her enemies ensured she would never return. The final betrayal came in 1716 when she was arrested and taken to Stolpen Castle. Officially, she was accused of conspiring against Augustus, though many historians believe this was merely an excuse to silence her. The castle, built on solid basalt rock, was an impenetrable fortress, perfect for holding an unwanted prisoner. Countess Cosel spent the rest of her life at Stolpen, confined to its cold and damp walls. Though she was granted some comforts initially, as the years passed, her conditions worsened. She was given a modest room in the castle tower and allowed limited contact with the outside world. Despite her imprisonment, Cosel never stopped fighting for her freedom. She wrote numerous letters pleading for her release, but they were ignored. Augustus had moved on with new mistresses, and his successors had no interest in setting her free. For nearly 5 decades, she endured isolation, watching the world change from behind stone walls. Her once powerful beauty faded, her influence disappeared, and yet, her spirit remained unbroken. Countess Cosel died in Stolpen Castle in 1765 at the age of 85. Her tragic story remains one of the longest instances of aristocratic imprisonment in European history. Today, her presence lingers in Stolpen, where visitors can see her former quarters and learn about her extraordinary yet sorrowful life. Her tale is a reminder of the precarious nature of power, especially for women in history. Once a woman who stood beside a king, she ended her life as a forgotten prisoner. Yet, her story continues to captivate historians, writers, and visitors, ensuring that the Countess of Stolpen will never be entirely forgotten.